What is up, folks? Once again, Mio Adlan here together with you guys on another session of Act Now Hot Issue. Hashtag What's for Lunch. Hope you're having a good start to the day so far. Down here in PJ, it has been a bit gloomy. It has been a bit orang kata mendung, macam chill je. It's not really that hot. I mean, yeah, it depends on wherever you are, but whatever it is, we do hope that you guys are living the best, living the best condition, living in the best environment that you possibly can, granted within the SOPs that you have to adhere to, obviously. And also, not to forget, make sure you guys check out our mobile app, which is the Act Now Community mobile app, down in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. Because with this application, it can help you to make lodge those reports should you see a pothole within your area, or disturbance of monkeys, or whatever it is that is a concern to your community. You can use this app to make those reports, and the municipal council responsible will be able to attend to your request. And also, tak lupa juga to remind you guys, should you guys want to hear all of the previous episodes of whatever it is that we have done on What's for Lunch, make sure you guys check out our podcast on Spotify as well as the Apple Music Store, because there you are able to actually download and listen back to all our best episodes and best topics that we have covered before. All right, so enough with that, enough with all of those promos, enough with all of that CTAs. Let's jump into the topic at hand, what we're going to be talking about today. Hope you guys are ready. It's going to be a bit of a humdinger, because that's what we do. We always share whatever it is that's happening in our country, in our community, on what's hot and what needs to be debated, what needs to be shared with you guys. And obviously, I never do this alone. Saya tak pernah keseorangan. I will never be alone in this one, because why? Granted, during PKP, during MCO, during PPN, whatever it is, initials that's out there, I have my partner in crime, Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey, Mel.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Well,
right.
you will be stuck with me as long lockdowns.
Don't be so speechless. I mean, you look. I mean, like even off camera earlier, like we spoke before we came on camera, and you were a bit down. I mean, like not as cheerful as you usually are. Is something bothering you, Melvin? Is something is something happening?
Well, yes, you hear it from us, or rather, you will hear from us why. I wish I could be not confined just in my own house, and now I know why the reasons why I've been forced to stay at home.
All right.
Some culprits.
All right. Not to dwell too much into that, because actually Melvin is giving it a bit of a teaser of what we're talking about today. But that's going to come in a bit later, because now, Melvin, this is actually a very serious topic. The first topic that we want to talk about right now with our audiences. Again, our viewers, please do share this video and do drop us a comment down there should you have any take or anything that you want to share with us in regards to the topic at hand. And it is a very serious thing, because the first topic that we do want to share is about COVID-19 and how it has affected our children here in Malaysia. As we know, Melvin, COVID-19 is a very blind virus. It does not discriminate. It does not choose and pick certain types of people, whoever that it wants to infect. And unfortunately, our children are also very, very vulnerable to this virus. And we have plenty of cases where our children are also, victims of this, Melvin.
Yes, true. As you know, they're saying that school will restart every time soon. Of course, that is also a request to delay it, because children's vaccination program has not really ironed out yet, or rolled out yet. And there was last few days, it's reported about 14,000 children aged 17 and above in Negeri Sembilan had contracted COVID-19 since last year, just in Negeri Sembilan itself. And the kids, usually they will say when they contacted, they have more in stage 1 and stage 2, but then we should not so-called take it lightly, especially this time in those states that's in phase 2 or phase 3 that allows customers to come in as long as they're vaccinated, to bring along their children. Please, I advise the parents do not bring their children there.
Yeah,
You know why?
correct.
You
And
know why
I
I
think
think
that's
so?
why, because you have this soundtrack in the background, because I mean, like, you do feel this kind of sad when talking about this topic, Melvin.
Yeah, yeah. I blends into my mood.
Let me remember. Yeah, I mean, like, it is no joke here, guys. It's no joke at all when we talk about COVID-19 and how it has affected the country in regards of financial, in regards of unemployment, in regards of B40 has been rising, but whatever it is, when we talk about COVID-19, it is always about the lives of the people. It is about the lives about of the human being itself, and unfortunately, the future of the world, the future leaders of Malaysia, at least children of Malaysia, are getting infected and are dying, unfortunately, because of this pandemic, because of this virus, and it is something of a very huge concern, Melvin.
It is. I mean, I was so alarmed when just now before the show, you told me apparently those people who are allowed to dine in now have to be the customer have to be fully vaccinated, but not the workers of the restaurant or the food F&B outlet. It's crazy. No, that's why I say don't bring your children there. No, you have to. You're exposing them to danger.
Yeah, very much
Yeah, that's
so.
what I
And
mean.
as reported in the news as well, until May this year, until May 2021, 27 cases were treated in the ICU, were 19 and no, COVID-19, where the age was 5 and under. 5 and
Yeah,
under, Marvin. We're talking about kids who are not even in school yet, not even standard 1 yet. And these kids, unfortunately, are victims to the COVID-19 virus. And I bet that they don't go out, they don't go to malls. I don't think they go to work. This is because, unfortunately, it has been brought into their homes and infected the kids at home who are complying with the SOPs, Melvin.
yes, and the youngest victim in Malaysia is an 8 months old baby.
Yeah.
You know, imagine that it can't. So um, don't feel. I mean, some parents feel that even some politicians will complain they can't bring the children out and all these things. No, please. It's not that that's lack of love to the
Mm,
children. But, I mean, if you love them, don't put them through the risk factor.
yeah.
You know,
And
let's
there was
go
also this
explain to
case.
them, and all these things. You can't go up because these are reasons of getting you exposed to high risk.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I,
children
I
now are
do.
probably
Exactly. I do want to share a story with you of what has been happening also within this past week or so, because like it was actually viral on social media that one family, literally the whole family of, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 in the whole household was infected with COVID-19 because the maid went out to throw the rubbish outside to the bin, and the maid saw another friend across the street, and they actually shook hands because it has been a while since they've seen each other, and she came back inside the house, and unfortunately she got infected with COVID-19, and she infected the whole family. It shows that you can never be too careful. It is so close around us. Even a simple handshake is spreading. You can get infected by this, and it will impact you and your loved one as well. It is
yes,
so serious.
yeah. Remember, there's a case earlier when we say this girl. I mean, she's a working class girl. They say she have been staying home for 2 months at the time because her mom's work under the essential category.
Mm,
She called her mom so-called contacted positive from her colleagues because her colleagues did not wear a proper mask and sneezed in the office and brought it back home.
mhm.
You know, so it could be that's kind of thing. We have to be extra careful. You know, so I wish I could go out anytime, but times now as such,
Mm.
uh, we have to be safe. I think we have to stay
Yeah.
safe.
We definitely have to build a very safe environment for all children, and we need to safeguard ourselves, and don't, please do not be selfish about this. Again, we keep telling you guys, our viewers, Malaysians all over, that it's hardening. We know it's tiring. We know it is already up to the max in regards of COVID, and you are getting burnout and whatnot, but do not lift up your guard at all, because what it is very, very, very important right now, sangat sangat penting sekarang sebenarnya, for you guys to
Yeah.
be even more diligent and please safeguard yourself and your family. If you have small kids at home, regardless, it doesn't even have to be kids. I mean, like anybody who's at home, a full grown adult at home, always take super precaution. Only go out when you need to. Don't simply go hi-fi people around the area, even within your neighborhood, even
This is
within
like
a close compound. You could actually get infected with COVID-19. You don't know what your neighbors are doing. Again, we're not blaming the neighbors. We're not blaming anybody out there. But you have to be super kiasu at times, Melvin, right?
yeah, because I do see when I go out to buy my sundries, people now take probably as I say have not seen each other. They would just stop there and chit chat. Please, handphone is so convenient right now, right? You can actually if we don't do like a Google Meet, whatever online meets and all this, use a handphone or WhatsApp each other. So they were just like buying the grocery. They just stop at the corridor or the pathway and just chit chat. And me being gusty, I just said, please buy your things and go home.
Not kiasu. I thought you were being kiasu, no?
Kiasu. I think I am big kiasu because in my area, last few days I checked under hotspots.
Yeah.
I did not know that within 1 km radius of my area, there's about 500 over cases.
It's not really a surprise anymore. I mean, to be honest, when I check those hotspots in the MySejahtera app, like in my area, it hasn't been that severe. But yeah, people have been sharing, especially within condensed living area like yourself, living in an apartment or living in a place where there's a lot more people. You will see these ridiculous numbers, and it is only logical. It is only important that you take care of yourself and just take care of the SOPs and try, please. I know it's hard, but try to be as diligent as we can, at least for our children.
As I shared with you yesterday, I was very grumpy yesterday morning too. My neighbors downstairs, I mean, it's very unfortunate. They got contacted with positive cases. And early morning, the ambulance came. So they got all the whole condos residents, my neighbors all panic. They go, oh my God, what's happening? Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, like, to end this particular topic that we have, the first one here, we just want to remind again everybody else, granted, kita dah penat. I know we're tired. I know that we are, we're sick and we're so, we have enough of this COVID-19 and everything. But, please stay strong. Please stay diligent. Please stay disciplined, because this is not the end. We do not see the end line yet. We have not seen the finish line yet. Please be proper. Please respect the SOPs. And if you have not vaccinated yourself, please do so. Go to the PPVs around, make sure that you register yourself and walk and get yourself vaccinated. Moving on, second topic. Let's bring up the beat again. Now it's not about sadness. Now it's all about angerness, because I know that you're a very angry person sometimes. You can be very angry.
Most of the time.
And in fact, you want to kill these people as well, because why? Terengganu is having an issue. Terengganu water supply crisis. Is it closely related to pollution again? Melvin, what's going on in Terengganu?
Well, I would say this is not, I think, due to pollutions, but it's the so-called the pipe at the river beds was burst.
Mm-hmm.
And that it affects, this happened on August 2nd, earlier of the month. That affects about 29,000 accounts and households, and they thought it would be they could restore it quick within a day or two, but now the repair was so serious, they actually so-called would not be able to do it until expected to be fully restored on this Saturday, August 14th.
Wow, that's a long time to not have water.
Long time. So it's about from August 2nd and expected to be ready this Saturday, August 14th, is 12 days. Well, the 12th day, you give the water tank, but it's quite miserable, You know why? Because you have to line up or whatever to pick up your water, and then you are now under the pandemic stage. You have to wear your mask, and probably you are sweating under the hot sun. Just add to the misery of the residents there.
Yeah. Like the saying goes, when it rains, it pours. This is what we're all about, actually. I just want to share with our fellow viewers is that this is what Act Now is all about. We are not just talking about whatever that's happening in the world or whatever it is that's happening in Malaysia. We also want to highlight issues or things that's happening within your community. And one of the things that that we always highlight is things like this. When there's a disruption of water, for instance, that's happening in Terengganu, anywhere you are in Malaysia, this is where you can actually use our mobile app, the Act Now Community mobile app, because there you can actually report these kind of cases and make sure that the municipal councils take action. Melvin.
Yes. In fact, we have received a lot of reports. That's the water wastage from the roads underground, that's picking up from the roads. We have been solving that a lot of issue for the residents or the community, because it's good that community realize that it's nothing, it's free. I mean, it's not going to charge you the bill. But I'm glad that people say it's a wastage of natural resources. Water is so expensive, and some are not major leaking. They just leak and it come up from the surface of the roads. Then we have received quite a number of such complaints, even down to Johor Bahru, for the matter. So we have got the attentions of the authorities to rectify it. Make sure that probably they have to replace the pipe or the leaking and all this, and find out what actually happened. Because it's good that the communities take care of themselves. I mean, even though that this water doesn't pass my meter, why should I care? But then they know the so-called the value of water, the prestige of water. We live on water. We can live without food for a while, for a week, but we can't live without water for a week.
Yeah, I mean, water is definitely. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It is an essential item. It is an essential thing. Because given the chance, I think, Melvin, you'll be in my boat as well. If you can choose, if you only have to choose either electricity or water, you definitely choose water, right?
Yes, at least you can cool down in your water.
Exactly. You can live in your aircon all day long, but if you don't have water to clean yourself, it's not going to be nice. No,
not only say clean ourselves, we need to drink water. How many glasses a day? You can still survive without food in a day or two, but water, I think you'll be dehydrated. You'll be like cicak kebat kering.
Okay, I didn't expect you to actually give that kind of an example, but yeah, okay. Cicak kering itu yang anda tak nak jadi sebenarnya.
Yeah, just to add on to the Terengganu folks that have been affected by the water crisis, the governor of Terengganu has actually pledged 2 months of free water for them to compensate the agony that they face.
Yeah. No, these are the kind of things I just want to get your opinion on this. Yeah. You suffer for 2 weeks. No water. You have to go outside. You have to line up under the hot sun, like you said, having your bottled water and whatnot for 2 weeks. But is it worth it to get 2 months of free supply of water? We don't really use that much water, to be honest with you. I mean, yes, it's good.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at
what
all.
do you think?
It's not at all. I mean, how much you use, how much you pay for your water bill compared to the risk of the 2 weeks. I mean, at this during the pandemic season, the agony that you face, sometimes the water probably running out because you have only 1 or 2 pills at home. And then, hey, where is the next supply water tank coming in? You need to flush your toilet, and probably you don't have enough water to do that. You will be living with stinky environments.
Yeah, correct. I mean, like you'll be a happy person if you get free supply of 2 months of water. If you own like 5 swimming pool and then you drain your pool every single day, lah. For the next 2 months.
I mean, we are plants lover, right? Imagine we are plants lover, I myself, I do a lot. They can't go without plants in a hot day for more than a day. They will just rayu and die off.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like water, don't play lah. When it comes to water, it is very important. We do hope that the repair will be done and will finish by this Saturday, hopefully, as proclaimed by the Terengganu authorities, and hope they can even make the changes or the amendments or the repairs even sooner than that. And people in Terengganu, people who are affected by this, stay strong. We know it's difficult. People in Selangor were used to it, unfortunately. We're used to not having water. We've been having disruption of water for so long the other day, right? So we know how you feel.
My neighbors, every one of us have extra big pails.
Like a big container of water, pails, memang laku keras during these kinds of, when this happens,
Was it 2 years ago? We rushed to the grocery shop, supermarket to buy pills and then run out of stock.
Exactly. You know, those mineral water, those 5 liter mineral water that they were selling, all finished. People been buying boatloads of it. So we do
Yeah,
hope that people in Terengganu, try to get your water source settled. Again, we wish you all the best. We do hope that you are able to live your lives as best as you can. And the Terengganu authorities, please take care of the people as well. Okay, that
right.
comes to the end of the second topic. Now, okay, I need to take a few deep breaths here. Now, we want to address why Melvin was a bit grumpy this morning because what happened in the news
No,
yesterday. Yes, before I go in, yeah, you want
before
to
you
talk
start,
about something? Huh? What?
before you start,
Hmm.
it's not only clumpy this morning. That's why I played out a soothing song because I have to calm myself down. If the listeners say, "How come today there's a sound effect?" That's
Yeah.
because I need to calm myself down.
You need to calm yourself down, right? Okay. Why? Because why can Melvin needs to calm himself down? Why I myself need to calm myself down is because yesterday we heard in the news and not just on social media, on proper channels as well. The credited newspapers like the Star and Bernama and whatnot. It has been reported that an overcrowding of humans at the Rumah Prihatin at Grand Seasons Hotel, where there were videos circulating online where people, they were lining up to get their vaccine and they weren't following SOPs. How did you say that just now? It was like you're hugging each other while
No,
you're lining up.
they were actually not even hugging. They were actually stick together with the group. Even a tiny slit of air can't go through them.
Mm,
And it's the queue was so long on the road, and the queue is not just now. We was diversity, so-called was surprised diversity when we saw the KLCC queue. That's 2 km
correct.
more than 2 km, but they were quite distant apart. But this one is actually grew together.
Yeah, they were. I mean, like if you guys have actually seen it online, the line was seriously long. I think it was. I mean, like easily 500 meters or even more than that.
More than
People
that, I think.
were, yeah, they were flocking together. They weren't even flocking. It looks like they were in a single line where they were lining up to get their vaccination. And it
Yeah,
was reported again. I mean, like this is what they reported allegedly. Majority of these people were foreigners because they got the news or they got the information that these foreigners, they need to go to Grand Seasons at Rumah Prihatin Grand Seasons to get their vaccination via walk-in. So that's why there were plenty of foreigners outside that were lining up at the Rumah Prihatin Grand Season, and this created chaos. This created
yeah.
havoc, Melvin.
Again, okay. They were saying that it's a misunderstanding. Fine, but
Mm,
I know in Grand Seasons, it's if anyone doesn't know where it's located, it's around Batu Road.
mhm.
You go Batu Road, there's a lot of foreigners there. Of course, if that someone miss so-called give the fake news out, of course, everyone's jump into the opportunity to get vaccinated. But then I don't blame them, you know.
Mhm.
But then the people that's in charge of this center, Grand Seasons, should take prompt actions
Mm.
because they should not say, "Oh, I need my minister, MOH to tell me what to do." Please, I'm sure you have a certain level of intelligence to be in charge of a certain center. Immediately solve the issue. We can't take risks because next 3 more days we have a new cluster of Grand Seasons might come up because now we're talking about Delta
Yeah.
variant. We're talking about Delta plus. And these
Mm.
people, if you see the video, they actually stick together, grew together. They have no chance. I say it's so tightly, it's so intimated.
Yeah. I
A
mean,
very
it's
intimated positions lying up. So
yeah.
when I saw the video, I thought, what's happening? Why are they so touching each other? That's God. I don't know. Hey, they have girls, females. Like I touch your back, you touch my back, and they just stuck to each other.
No, that's why I mean, like it was reported again by the management of the hotel in saying that the walk-in vaccination was not for foreigners because, as what has been explained or what has been informed to the people who are living here, is that for foreigners they can only get their walk-in vaccination at the Bukit Jalil Sports Center, where the vaccination center there is having those kind of walk-ins for foreigners. But unfortunately, rumors were going around, and these foreigners, they thought that they could get their vaccination down at the Grand
So
Seasons hotel. And the problem is, I totally agree with you, Melvin, is that when this thing actually happened, the management of this facility should have been more proactive in making sure that this not happen. Again, I just want to quote what they said. I just want to quote on what it is that they have said in their press conference, in saying that they tried to disperse the crowd, but they refused to budge despite being given several warnings. I mean, it's like a school teacher telling their children, "Hey, jangan main, jangan macam tu, jangan macam tu," and the kids didn't want to listen, so the teacher is not doing anything. That's not acceptable, right?
no, first of all, I think they probably have communications, understanding the language if it is foreigner, all right, but eventually the crowd dispersed. That is the whole point. I mean, because more police came and all these things, so it should have acted quickly to call more police, FRU to come to disperse the crowd. Because every minute there's the chances of someone contacted there.
Yeah.
So the kind of I say fast crisis management. Until today, I'm very unfortunate, some of them that don't even know how to manage crisis management.
Yeah.
So
and it was
today because I'm from KL and I've been locked in my house for 3 months because I'm a very obedient. I follow SOP. They say I'm not under essential. Now is not under essential. Meeting decline our applications. Okay, fine. We all based at home. And how much longer that I'm going to wait for that? And I'm restricted myself within my house boundary now, except twice in a week going by my grocery and all this, So I think a lot of people share with me the kind of galam stress. Hey, we are so obedient, yet these authorities are given them the power, yet they do not know what to do. If this is not reported, I believe every day that such things happens in Kuala Lumpur, which is not reported.
Exactly.
But then this whoever managed this grand season, in 2 weeks ago, I would believe 2 weeks ago, that similar incidents happened in KLCC. There's over 2 camps of queue. You should learn from that. You should know what to do. So we are the victim of innocent victim. We are prolonged. We're not even enjoying phase 2. I could have enjoyed phase 2.
In Malay, Melvin, we are called mangsa keadaan. Sebenarnya, we are victims of the situation or whatever is happening that is outside our control. And just to share again, there's actually a separate statement that came out from the Dang Wangi police station. Dang Wangi OCPD Assistant Commissioner Nur Delhan Yahya actually said that actions were immediately taken to control the situation, and the compliance team managed to control the situation at the center until the vaccination program was completed. So kudos to the authorities, kudos to the police who was able to actually handle the situation. But our advice to all of the management who are handling all these PPVs, handling the vaccination centers, please be mindful, be more proactive, and please know what is happening outside. Should there is a crowd outside who is not following SOP, just close down the PPV. Because why? This would like what Melvin has been ranting just now dengan lagu background yang dia pasang tadi sangat sedih tu. This will only create more chaos and more cases down the line. So please, people, when you talk about management people, it is not easy. We understand. It is not easy to actually handle these centers. It's not easy to manage them, but try to be more proactive. You have the experience, you have the authority, and you have the expertise. Do whatever it is that's necessary to avoid these things happen again. Twice already. KLCC sekali, Grand Seasons one more time. We don't want to hear any more news about this, Melvin.
Those are reported in the social platform.
Social media,
Those are not reported. I mean,
reported, yeah. So you don't know how many times this thing have been happening.
That's why last night I cautioned our colleagues, which is doing his vaccination tomorrow at Bukit Jalil.
Tomorrow, good luck to our colleague.
So I say, please, if report to us if there's anything that you find not right.
Maybe he needs to wear one of those, dinosaur costume you've seen on social media, right? Those dinosaur costume, cover himself up and just walk around.
I think he should.
I I think you should. All right, so that marks the end of the topic that we are covering today. It is we started out with something very serious, something sad, and then we also touched about how we at Act Now want to help the community by you guys reporting using our Act Now mobile community app, and also lastly we also touched about how people are not getting cleverer and cleverer. They should actually be more clever moving down forward to for us to actually stop this spread of COVID-19. And that's about it. But of course, before we actually go, there's always one thing that I do want to share together with Melvin is that learning one German phrase in one day. So Melvin, you ready about this?
Yes.
Okay. As you said just now, we actually have a colleague who's going down to Bukit Jalil tomorrow to get his vaccination, right? So
Yes.
what do you normally say to somebody who wants to go to this thing? You wish them the best.
I wish him
right?
good luck.
Exactly. So let's wish him good luck in German. So the German phrase for good luck is viel Glück.
Feel look.
Good. G. Viel Glück.
Gear look.
Kejap.
Okay.
The first letter, the first word, viel.
Feel.
Glück.
Groot.
Glück with a K at the end.
K at the end.
Glück.
Groot.
Okay.
Glück.
Viel Glück.
Feel Groot.
Yeah. So
Viel
we wish
Glück.
our colleague viel Glück tomorrow for getting his vaccination finally.
It's actually feel good. And then it's not a fail.
Hopefully. Kesian our colleague lah. All right, Melvin.
Feel good.
All right, Melvin. Thanks so much. So we have another session for tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow. Cheers. All right, guys, that was Melvin together with me, talking about whatever that's happening within our community here in Malaysia. Please, Malaysians, please, people, do take care of yourself, because we're still very far from the end zone. We're still very far from the finish line. We can't even see it yet. So please be diligent and please do whatever it takes for you to take care of yourselves and your loved ones as well. And also, don't forget to download our Act Now mobile community app down at the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, and do check us up on Spotify as well as Apple Music for our podcasts. All right, for our previous episodes, do check us out. All right, that's it for now. Hope you guys have a great day moving forward, and we hope to see you again, same time, same place tomorrow. Mio Adlan.